Kia ora koutou. So, yeah, it's been interesting. I've had some technical problems. So the last video, yesterday's, the more observant among you may have noticed that our heads were cut off, which wasn't through the filming process. That kind of happened afterwards. I'm not sure how. And the video that I was going to show you tonight was one where I made a while ago. And the picture is all the wrong way around, and that's being fixed as we speak. So that's the bad news. The good news is, because of this, because I've got something else up my sleeve as well, we're going to extend it a little bit. So basically tonight's, whichever way you want to look at it really, tonight's or the next one, there'll be a bonus extra episode. And it's not just filler, it's a good one. So what I want you to do for today is to have a watch of the video linked below, which is part of a series, the first part of a series by John Bradshaw, who's a very interesting guy. He's an American psychotherapist, was training to be a priest, but got kicked out because he was an alcoholic. Like many people that have overcome addiction, they learn a lot in the process, and he's one of them. So he's developed a lot of work on a lot of things, actually. I've mentioned him before in another RJ video. He wrote a book called Post-Romantic Stress Disorder, but he's done a lot of work around inner child stuff. So what we mean by inner child, sometimes people have a bit of a reaction against this. They think this is always psychobabble, you know. So inner child really is parts of us that are traumatized at certain ages, kind of almost become frozen. So we think that we're responding to the world as an adult, but we're not. We're responding to the world in a child state in many ways, because that part of us, and we regress. It's like kind of you suddenly kind of go back into a childlike state when you're triggered by certain stress situations or in certain cases. So you're not stuck with this. There's ways to treat this and heal this, and he's got a whole program that he's in a very good book. That's definitely worth a read. Now, as always, with if you've experienced severe trauma, we recommend therapy to help you safely through that process. But self-help can be good for a lot of people, and it can start you on the journey. But what we recommend is if you kind of hit severe kind of PTSD type trauma symptoms, then get some professional help as well. So inner child stuff, this is relevant to all of us, really, to different degrees. I think the first thing he says in there is that, who had a fucked up childhood. I think he said everybody had a fucked up childhood. And that's not because our parents were bad, though for some of us that may be the case. It's because stuff happens. Life does cause us emotional damage, and in problems develop along the way, but they can be healed. So hopefully you'll enjoy. I think the whole series is still on YouTube, so I'm going to leave you, if you like the first one, I'm going to leave you to follow that for yourselves. I'm not going to link all the follow-up episodes. If for any reason there's a problem, let me know if they've been taken down or anything like that. But I had a quick look, and I can see I think the next couple of episodes are on there. So yeah, John Bradshaw, inner child work. Enjoy. And as always, let me know how you get on. So we've got a little bit more time. So I've got another one. The upside downy one is planned for tomorrow. So that'll kind of effectively be the last episode, and then there'll be a kind of a follow-up, a kind of what now, where do we go from here kind of thing. So again, good time for questions. So I know a lot of people have come to this not at the start, you're all at different stages working through. So I'm going to leave this up on YouTube. I'm putting it up on Patreon bit by bit at the moment, so it'll be on there as well. So you can follow it through in your own time, really. So it's never too late to ask the questions, but if you can ask the questions, so that I can address some of them in that kind of epilogue episode, that would be good, because it'd be nice to kind of respond to stuff there. So contact me through the website if you've got any questions, or below, and just stick them in the comments box below. So enjoy John Bradshaw. Check out his other stuff if you like him. He's very prolific. He's written on lots of different things. Very clever man. Very effective stuff. Rangimarie.